Hello and welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to read about the strategic locations in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir as well as Ladakh. So, this is a strategic location map as well as the terrain map which I've drawn. So, we've read about Andaman and Nicobars in our previous video. So, let's get started about Jammu and Kashmir as well as Ladakh. So, this is a schematic map over here. So, as you all might know, that this area right over here, the easternmost part is Aksai and Chinese have actually uh, infiltrated over here. And then over here we have the Pakistan occupied Kashmir. This is Gilgit Baltistan. This also comes in Pakistan occupied Kashmir. So this blue line basically marks the line of control between India and uh, the parts of Pakistan occupied Kashmir. So this is also sovereign territory of India, but because of the infiltration by the Pakistani army, this area is now illegally occupied by Pakistan. So this blue line marks the LOC. So within this blue line, we have the point NJ9482. This is the northernmost demarcated border for the LOC. Uh, like towards the north of NJ9842, we have the Siachen Glacier. So Siachen Glacier is like the most highest altitude battlefield, and it is occupied by. So it is an Indian territory, not occupied by India, but it was already an Indian territory. So in Siachen Glacier, famous Operation Meghdoot was recently in news. So Operation Meghdoot in order to actually gain control over Siachen. So it is a very strategic location because it gives us an edge over our like both our neighbors, uh, the infiltrations of China, the infiltration of Pakistan as well as China. Also, this region right over here, this part, is the Saksham Valley. So Pakistan has illegally ceded this part to China. Although this belongs to India, but since they have infiltrated over here and made it Azad Kashmir, as they say, although it is just an oxymoron because Azad Kashmir, especially this part as it exists, Kashmir, the sovereign territory of India, is truly independent in Indian sense, not what Pakistani means. So, anyways, uh, this area, the Saksham Valley, was ceded by Pakistan to China, and we also have the borders with Afghanistan through the Wakhan corridor. Wakhan corridor basically is adjacent to the Pakistan occupied Kashmir over here. So we have many strategic locations. Basically, in the area of Gilgit Baltistan, we have the famous K2 peak, then Raka Poshi peak, Nanga Parvat, as well as the Burzul Pass. So these are the important peaks and locations in the Gilgit-Baltistan area. So with China, we have actually demarcated the line of actual control, the LAC. So this right here is basically the line of actual control, and there is also a McDonald line over here. This is the McDonald line between the Aksai and the Indian territory. Aksai is also Indian territory, but anyways, let's not go into the political reasons. So the McDonald line and the LAC, which is the Johnson line. So towards the northern part, we have the McDonald line. Towards the southern part, this one, we have the Johnson line. So the McDonald line is from, like it is in the Ladakh region. So towards the Excitation part, we have the uh, Sada plains, the Depsang plains. So there were some contentions over the Depsang plains in the recent years. The Galwan River, one of the major rivers, basically originates from Aksai and then enters towards the area of Ladakh. One of the major tributaries, it is one of the major tributaries of Shyok. Other tributary of Shyok is Nubra, which originates from the Siachen. So, like Siachen is towards the north of the Nubra River. So there is this Daulat Beg Oldie Pass. We also have the Karakoram Pass over here. So Daulat Beg Oldie is like towards or near to the banks of the Nubra River. Then we have the Khardungla Pass. So passes are like, since these are the mountain ranges, so in order to cross this, you have this area right over here. So this is pass, and La means pass in the Tibetan language. So Khardungla means Khardung Pass. So we have the Karakoram Pass over here, and then the Khardungla, as I told you. So there were some conditions in the Tepsang Plains and the this is the Sada Plains. Then here we have the Leh and the Hemis National Park, as we have discussed in the previous videos. So we have this Parachik Glacier in Ladakh, and this lake over here, the Pengongsuk Lake. So this has been in news for quite some time, for around 5 years mostly, because of the unfortunate incident of the martyrdom of our 20 brave hearts in their face off with the Chinese troops. So the Pengongsuk Lake. You might also seen the Pengongsuk Lake from the movie Three Idiots. So this is the one, the Pengongsuk Lake. There are other lakes also, Soburiri, Sokar. Sokar was also recently in news. Then we have Chushul, the Chushul Valley over here, Changthang, Changthangla, and Hanley. Hanley is the dark sky reserve. And there was also, like it was also in news for Chernokov Observatory. Then we have Demchok and Unmingla Pass. So these are the famous or the most strategic locations over here. Then moving to the territory of Jammu and Kashmir. So basically, it has two parts. First is the Kashmir Valley, and then the Jammu region. So Kashmir Valley, obviously, the capital is Srinagar. But, both of Jammu and Kashmir, the capital is Srinagar. Then in Jammu we have Chenani, which was recently in news, and then the Banihal Pass. So these are the locations. And the national parks, let's just revise the national parks in this area, Jammu and Kashmir. So the national parks were Kishtawar, Salim Ali, or the City National Park, then Dachigam and Kazinag. So these were the national parks in this area, and in Ladakh, all of us know the Hemis National Park. So just let me know in the comments where was Hangul found. So this was recently in news, and we have discussed about this in our previous videos. Anyways, so also towards the border between Himachal Pradesh and Ladakh, or we have the Singola Pass. So these were the passes. So let's move on to other news information about the area of Ladakh. So Ladakh basically is a cold desert area. So there's also a cold desert biosphere reserve in that area between Ladakh and Himachal Pradesh. So recently the Berties, which is coral reef fossils, these were in news, and these like trace their origin from the PPC. So the Berties, sorry, not Berties, Bertie. Then the Pengongsu Lake. It is shared between India and China. It is the highest altitudinally saline lake. So it freezes during winter, and there have been some like proposals for ice sports. Then this Umlingla Pass, which we've read, it is the world's highest motorable route. In Hanley, as I told you, it's a dark sky reserve. It is known for the stargazing, and also there were the recent events of aurora were observed from that area. Recently, the Maze Observatory for Chernikov research or Chernikov experiments are in use in Hanley. So this was all about the areas of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh. I'll see you guys in the next video where we discuss about the mountain ranges in the Indian mainland. Till then, see ya, bye, and all the best for the upcoming examinations. Just 23 days left.